Yeah, you don't need to worry about looking at the camera or anything like that. Yeah. All right.
All right.
I'll let you know too, so don't worry. Okay?
Yeah, she'll
Check,
let me know.
check 1, 2. Check. Check
Yeah.
1, 2. Noam, Noam, please. I've asked you many, many times not to touch the microphones of the record. Many times, my friend. Na 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 na.
Is everyone in? All right. Yes. Just for you. You're good. Hi everyone, welcome. We're going to get started in just a moment. The service is going to be featuring some of our students, so we just want to make sure they are all ready to go. There we go. We are.
Shabbat Shalom.
I love all the enthusiasm in this room right now. I think love wants to lead services. So tonight, it is a joy to be together with all of you who are here in person, with all of our friends who are joining online, in order to welcome in the beauty of Shabbat. And tonight we happen to have something that is really, really special, which is that our Hay class is going to be helping to lead us in prayer. It's our first story Shabbat that is done by a particular class. It's okay. And we are going to allow our students who are here to offer their words. Some of our students who couldn't be here today wrote beautiful words that we will share with you. But as we begin Shabbat, we do so by lighting our candles. And so I'd like to invite up, hey love, we're going to pay attention because I'm about to invite up your brother. I'm going to invite up Sam to lead us in lighting the candles.
The lighting of the candles mean a lot to me because of the times I've done it before and the meaning of lighting the candles. I light the candles almost every Shabbat for my family. I feel it's an honor of God to light the candles. Ahad Shtaim Shalosh. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Sam. And that's what we do. Lighting Shabbat candles is a way of welcoming one another. Something that we do at the beginning of Shabbat within our homes with lots of enthusiasm. And so right now, like the family that we are, I'd like us to take a moment to welcome one another into this sacred space. So I invite you to stand up, wish a Shabbat Shalom to your neighbors or to others as we begin the service. It's very cute.
Oh, so sweet.
And as we continue to wish one another a Shabbat Shalom, we make our way back to our seats as we offer our voices in song.
Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, chiri biri biri bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Bim, bam, bim, bim, bam. Bim, 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 bam. Chiri, biri, biri, bim, bam, bim, bim, bam. Bim, 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 bim. Maya Hayom, what makes this day so beautiful? Shabbat Shalom, the peace of Shabbat. Maya together joyfully, passing love along. Shabbat keeps our family, week by week, growing strong. Chazak, chazak, ben chazak, 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 need chazak, be strong, and we will be strengthened. Chazak, chazak, ben chazak. Chazak, chazak, ben chazak. Page 138. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, nechabad, nekala. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorach. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorach.
So, in preparing for this service, all of our students spent some time thinking about the prayers that they'd be leading and writing a reflection, just like Sam read a little while ago about his own, right? And as they were participating in this activity, the madrich from the class, one of our awesome high school students, said, "You know, I want to do this too." And so I'm going to read for you the words that Connor wrote about the Baruch Hu. The Baruch Hu, he said, is about praising God, and God should be praised. It's about recognizing God and knowing about God's presence in earth. We can recognize God's presence in the air we breathe or in the light. We can recognize it in one another. I invite us to all rise for the Baruch Hu on page 148.
Barechu et Adonai
You may be seated. And I'd like to invite up Noam to lead us in Ma'ariv Aravim on page 148.
Ma'ariv Aravim talks about the structure of Ma'ariv Aravim talks about the structure of the world, a structure that is falling apart. What Adonai created is getting destroyed due to greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. With CO2 emissions from fossil fuels due to greenhouse gases and cows creating methane gas, our world is falling apart. As the emissions go into the atmosphere, it breaks down the ozone layer, which protects us from sunlight. But we can heal it. We can help Adonai repair the world that they created. We can help by protesting fossil fuels, eating less beef and other cow-related food, and supporting others trying to help our world. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hama'ariv olavim.
Good job, buddy. Great job. We turn to Ahavat Olam on 151.
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו וקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה נהגה יומם ולילה באהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל אוהב עמו ישראל.
On page 152, we continue with the Shema prayer. If you want to stand for this prayer, you're welcome to do that. If you want to remain seated, you could do that as well. We have a lot of choices when it comes to the Shema, because it's a reminder that though we come, we might all have different backgrounds, we might all have different beliefs, different politics, perhaps. We are all part of one Jewish community. And so whether you say this prayer with your eyes closed or doing sign language along with me, whether you stand or you sit, we offer this prayer as one holy community.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated as Eliora comes up here to lead us in the Via Hafta on page 154.
Via Hafta is a prayer about ways we talk with God. There are no rules, but it's you trying. It's like how my dad tells me to do something, like feed the cat, and I ask if I have to. He said he would really like me to. I know I should, otherwise something will happen. God is asking us to do things like putting up a mezuzah, but we don't have to. We connect with him more if we do. את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה
Asher Anochi Mitzavecha Hayom Alavavecha Vishinantam Levanecha Vidivarta Bishivtecha B'Beitecha U'Lechshecha V'Derech U'Shokvecha U'Kumecha U'Kshartam Lehot Chayatecha V'Hayu L'Totavot B'Neinecha U'Ktavtam Amizot Beitecha U'B'Yesharecha L'Man Tizkeru V'Asitem Et Kol Mitzvotai V'Item Kedoshim L'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Hotzeitietem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot Lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Nice job. So beautiful. We turn on page 158 to the Micha Mocha prayer, and I want to share with you the words that Jade wrote as she was thinking about this prayer. She said, I think the Micha Mocha gave the people escaping Egypt a way to express their emotions. The Micha Mocha is a very fun and bright prayer that brings people together and gives them happiness. That's why I chose the Micha Mocha. Let's all choose the Micha Mocha by offering this prayer together on 158.
Micha Mocha Bailim Madonna Mi Kamocha Nedar Bakodesh Madonna, mi kamocha nedar bakodesh.
On page 160, let us put our arms around one another or offer our Sukkot Shalom, this peaceful place for one another, as we ask God to shelter us and protect us in the shadow of God's wings.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom, ve'ha'amidenu shomrenu lechayim. V'os aleinu sukat shlomecha, v'os aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us daily wrong from right. Amen. 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 Baruch atah Adonai haporeh sukat shalom. ירושלים ועל כל עמו ועל ירושלים שלום. ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום. שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם לדורות. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם לדורות. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, כי 60 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת וינבט. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. We turn to page 164 and we rise in body or in spirit as we offer the Amidah.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי אגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך מימי ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please continue through page 181 or the prayers of your heart. And when you feel ready to do so, you may be seated.
Peace means that everyone can accept and understand what the world is, and if there are problems, they can fix them. Try not to fight and let people do what they love in peace.
Oh, say shalom bimroma. Say shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh Shalom aleinu ve'al kol
Beautiful job, Levi. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm trying to chase all the kids who seem to have migrated slightly. So we will go back to one point as they're coming in here. Awesome. All right, we're going to do the story first. That's what we're going to do, because after all, it is Story Shabbat. And this time of year, I always think, what story should I tell? Because I can do anything from the millions of Jewish stories that are out there. And yet, I always come back this time of year to the stories of our tradition that kind of came first, which are the stories in our Torah. This week, we are learning about Abraham and Sarah, whom in their early years are called Abram and Sarai. And there's a story, actually midrashim, that come from this new book called Maybe It Happened This Way. And I'm going to tell a version of this story from these midrashim. Perhaps some of them will be familiar to you. So, Abraham and Sarah were absolutely thrilled when they got married. They were so very happy to be with one another, and they began to plan and think about what their lives would be like when they had children as their families grew. And Abraham and Sarah, they shared several characteristics. One of the characteristics they shared is that they loved people. They loved opening their house to people who came in, welcoming them in, saying hi to people, getting to know them. And Abraham had a father named Terach. And Terach was a sculptor. And what do you think he made? What did Terach make? Anyone know? Did I hear sculptings? Is that or sculptures? Is that what I heard? Thank you. Very helpful. He made idols. He made idols because that's what people worshipped at that time. They worshipped idols. And he made lots and lots and lots and lots of idols. But here's the thing. Abraham didn't understand why he made these idols. And as people came and went from Terach's shop, he would ask them, why do you have these idols? And they would say, to pray for them, to pray to them, to offer all of our prayers to these idols. And what are things that you think that they would have prayed for? What would they pray for? Peace, rain, yes, absolutely. Food, right. What did you say? Good health, beautiful. These are great prayers. And they would pray all of these things to an idol. Now, Abraham said that this didn't make any sense to him because what was this idol possibly going to do in response to prayers? And Abraham was getting more and more and more frustrated by this and said, no, these idols are ridiculous. And he took one of Terach's idols and he threw it on the floor and broke into 1,000,000 pieces. When he did that, he said, wow, that felt really good. And he took a couple more idols and he smashed those too. And you know what? Sarah actually had an idol of her own in her bag. And she took the idol out of her bag and said, you know what? This idol doesn't do anything. And she smashed hers on the ground. And then the two of them came up with a plan. They said, you know what? I know what to do. And they took a string and they put the string attached to one of the bigger idols that Terach had in his shop and let the string go in lots of directions and then took all of the other idols and smashed them. And when Terach came back, Abraham and Sarah were there and he said, what happened to my idols? And Abraham said, well, they had a fight. They had a fight over who was the strongest, most powerful idol, and this one won. All the others got destroyed. And Terach said, these are sculptures. They can't do anything. They can't talk. They can't hurt one another. There's no way that happened. And Sarah turned to him and said, if they can't talk and they can't do anything, then why are you selling them as if they're gods? And so Abraham and Sarah began to have a conversation about what it was that they did believe. And Abraham said, you know what, I don't believe in these idols. And Sarah said, neither do I. Abraham said, I believe that in this wonderful world that we have, there has to be one God. There has to be one source of all of this beauty, of all of the order, of all of everything that we come to enjoy. Just one God that we can pray to. Sarah, do you think I'm crazy? And Sarah said, no, I don't think you're crazy at all. And the two of them would come to be the mother and the father of the Jewish people, developing this relationship with one God. God called out to them and said, go forth from your homeland, from the place that you were born and from your father's house to the land that I will show you. And this voice that was heard, it sounded like nothing that Abraham had ever heard before. It sounded like the crash of thunder, like a gentle ocean wave, like the sound of Sarah's beating heart. And he turned to Sarai and Lot, his nephew, and said, "Did you hear that?" And they stood nearly frozen behind Abram, unable to speak. And even if they hadn't heard the voice, something powerful was happening that they could feel from their very kitchkas, from deep within. Abram knew right away that this voice belonged to God, not to a clay statue, not to a God of harvest or healing or fertility, but to the one true God of absolutely everything. And God's voice called out again, saying, "If you go with me on this journey, then you shall be a blessing." Sarah said, "Okay, I'd go with you on a journey, but what does that mean to be a blessing?" God's reply was gentle. God said, "It means that I have chosen you both to walk on a sacred path with me, so that together we can make the world a better place. It means you will go on many adventures and know both great joy and unimaginable challenges. It means that there will be new rules to follow and old traditions to break. It means that you will always be a little different from the people around you, so you might be lonely some of the time. It means that sometimes when I ask you to do will be difficult because it's not what everyone else is doing. Sometimes people will want to fight you when you want to stand up for what's right. You'll have to learn when to fight back and when to walk away, when to make peace and when you don't agree. It means that you will have to go far away from the people you love so you can help people in every corner of the earth. It means I may not always give you everything you ask for, but I will give you a chance to make a difference. I will give you a chance to mend, to heal this broken world. And Abram thought that this was better than any of the blessings that he or Sarah could ever ask for. The world needed so much help and healing, and the idea of being part of that made him feel less helpless, less angry, and less alone. The God statues couldn't help people, but he and Sarah could, and so can all of us. May we take on this beautiful tradition and legacy that Abram and Sarah gave us by working with God to make the world just a little bit better. Can you hear that sound? So I would like to call up all of our students who have taken part in the service tonight. You don't have to do anything other than stand up here, so don't worry. So I want to invite all of you up here who have taken part in the service. Fabulous. And I want to invite our teachers who are here. And also any madrachim who are here. And for all of you, I want you to stand right there in the middle, because we want to offer you a blessing. You tonight have brought such blessing and beauty to our service, and now it's our opportunity to bless all of you. There we go. Our chuppah of blessing. It's here somewhere. Sorry. Where'd it go? There it is. So I'd like to offer you this blessing. Yes, I know you're growing. It's hard. May you be like our ancient brothers and live in peace and kindness. May you be like our ancient mothers, live bravely and be strong. May you be most importantly like you. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai Panav Elecha, Yisa Adonai Panav Elecha, Vayasem Lecha Shalom. Yevarechecha shine through you, Yivarechecha, be safe and true, and help you to feel whole. Yivarechecha, shine through you, Yivarechecha, keep safe and true. Vayasem lecha shalom. Vayasem lecha shalom. Thank you all so much for adding your voices in prayer and all of the beautiful words that you wrote. And actually, Aliora, I want you to come back up here because it happens to be Aliora's birthday. When? What day is it? On the 19th. So in just a couple of weeks. Is there anyone else, any other people under the age of 13 who are celebrating a birthday this month? Or maybe you're 13 at heart. Are there any other children celebrating a birthday? What about online? Is there anyone I'm missing? Let me just make sure. So many screens to make sure. Okay. The blessing is all for you. That's pretty awesome. And this happens to be a pretty big year for you as well. Because this is the year where you will be studying and preparing and growing into becoming a bat mitzvah. So I'd like to offer you this birthday blessing. Mishaberach avotenu v'yimotenu. May the God who blessed our mothers and fathers bless you, Aliora, as you celebrate your birthday this month. May the year ahead be full of opportunities to grow and learn and explore. May you continue to find your voice. May you have new experiences that you never would have imagined. May you find yourself surrounded by love of friends and family and your Jewish community. And may you know just how special you are, that the day that you were born was the day when God decided the world simply couldn't exist without you. And we are so blessed to be able to have you within our community becoming a bat mitzvah this year. So mazel tov. Happy birthday.
To you. Lechi lach, to a place that I will show you. Lech lecha, to a place you do not know. Lechi lach, and I shall make your name great. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lechi lach. Lechi lach, and I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechi lach, to a place that I will show you. Lesimchat chayim, lesimchat chayim, lesimchat chayim, lechi lach. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lechi lach.
We simply can't do a Shabbat on Parshat Lech Lecha without singing Lechi Lach. It's just not allowed. So I'm so glad that we got to offer that beautiful prayer. Thank you, Cantor. And right now we offer a few other prayers, prayers of healing for people in our community and people in our hearts. So as I go around, I invite you to say the names out loud for anyone you're thinking of. Anyone who's online, please write names into the chat. I have Facebook and YouTube open in front of me, and I will read aloud any of the names that I see. But let me first start here. Thank you. You can use first names. That's totally fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Joshua Struck, Trudy Kapner, Bonnie Leopold, Pat Wade.
And I'm going to read the names of people written online as well. Bonnie, Jeremy Hutchings, Rhea Gainan-Zaks, Lisa Adams, Dr. Ed Scale, Judah Rosen, Joanne Lanson, Jennifer Hamburg-Roski, Gina Gold, Ezra, Rabbi Mark Goodman, Mark Hagenmacher, Hayden Davis, Lisa and Jerry, Carol Kruger, Susan Felberg, Joshua Montgomery, Phyllis Birch. For all the people whose names we've said out loud and all those whose names we hold in our heart, let us first begin by offering this prayer on the inside cover of our prayer books, and then our Misha Berach prayer on page 371. God of our mothers and fathers, watch over all who live with genetic disorders, life-threatening medical conditions, and chronic or degenerative diseases. Bless them with endurance and resilience, fortitude and hope, with opportunities to thrive and shine even as their conditions progress. Watch over them, their families and friends, our community, and all of humankind. We pray for the wisdom and insight to see each member of our community with open mind, clear eyes, and an open heart. As another human being, a whole person with hopes and dreams, proud of who they are, striving to be their best selves, struggling with this life and loving it too, as we all do. Rock and shelter, grant us all the ability to see each other's humanity clearly, to cherish each other's individuality, to care deeply about one another, to mourn our losses and celebrate our victories together, so that we live, act, and pray as one community of care and blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamekin mitzadei gaver. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who strengthens our steps.
May the source of strength Blessed are you, Adonai, whose healing presence is with all of those in need, as we all say, Amen.
Amen. We turn to page 586 to offer our Aleinu prayer, and I invite everyone to please rise in body or in spirit.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם בחלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. And as we turn to these final prayers, we do so from a place of remembering people who have died in recent days and weeks. We're thinking about Sheldon. We're thinking about Bobby Arkoff and Mustafa Fletcher. We're also and Leon Gainin. We are also observing yahrzeits for Susan Adams, Robert Allen, Florence Becker, Charles Bloomberg, Esther Borgita, Sida Brownchild, Marquetta Kolb, Alex Kardoff, Luzia Damsky, Sally Davidson, Martina DeCarli, Joseph Friedman, Morris Friedman, Harry Frumas, Leon Gainin, Donald Ginsberg, Benjamin Goldheich, Harry Greengard, Myron Graysdorf, Meyer Herschel Hellman, Regine Hoffnung, Irv Kahn, Harry Kaplan, Jack Katanick, Sarah Klein, Harriet Korn, Morris Jacob Lennon, Louis London, Edward Mullen, Beulah Moore, Bernard Paul, Ruth Politzer, Ephraim Rosenberg, William Rubenstein, Samuel Schneider, Solomon Simon, Joyce Stolbarg, Nancy Faye Waterman, Harold Weingarten, Carrie Zamost, and all of those in our hearts. Is there anyone whose name I didn't have on my list that you would like to mention? Okay, then let us join in community as we turn to page 598 and offer our mourner's Kaddish prayer. I invite you to rise and body your spirit. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah v'almad divrach chirotei v'amlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dekol beit Yisrael ba'gala ubizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudusha barichu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'miram v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Zichronam livracha. May all of their memories be a blessing. And together let us say,
Amen. Usay shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Usay shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Usay shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam.
thank you so much to all of our 7th graders or 6th graders who have taken part in our service, to Karen Zaffron and Scott Allen and Hal Greenfader and Krista for being such great greeters tonight, for Eve coordinating our dinner and oneg, Jose, who's an awesome custodian that we have, and our Board of Ed for hosting our oneg that I hope everyone will go and enjoy. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
And for all of you online, I'm going to make it possible that you can unmute so that you can just enjoy being here with one another. Shabbat Shalom. Yeah.
Can I say hi to
Yeah, sure.
if she's there? Is Andrea Lawrence there? She said she'd be on.
She might have, but she might have just left.
Thanks.
Because there were just a bunch of people who
Oh,
left.
okay. Got
I
it.
didn't see her before, but I can't.
Yeah. That's, no, I understand. I just thought if she was there, I'd
She
say
probably was, and she probably.
Hello there, sir.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Thank you. This was beautiful. Beautiful service.
Yeah. I wish that the other kids were able to come.
Yeah.
The ones who were here, it was wonderful.
Yeah, and you brought them in anyway by reading your stuff. It was beautiful. This is wonderful.
This is an amazing book.
I've never seen
It
this.
just came out.
Okay, so
A couple weeks ago, it just came out.
Really?
this is what I do when I want something.
It's beautiful, Natasha. She wrote this book. I don't know if you've seen this book. This book is phenomenal.
No, I have not seen
Yeah,
that.
it's all about Betzalel. It's a great book.
Oh, I love it.
And the other thing that I loved is the Mishaberet prayer that you read.
Yeah. We commissioned that. It was Georgia and I that worked with Alvin Solomon.